That's a lot of powder. What is this? That's intense. Do you know that this baby has been reformulated? Let's compare it to how many carats? Perhaps this is the most anticipated and controversial launch of the year, Patrick Ta Highlighter Duos. I went ahead and purchased all the 5 different shades that are offered. They are available right now. I will be leaving all those details on the description box below along with the links for your convenience, as well as on the YouTube shop. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. My name is Jacqueline and I have what is considered mature skin because I'm on my 4th floor. I film in natural light in 4K resolution with a 4K camera, so you will be able to see absolutely everything about these products. I went ahead and just applied foundation, concealer. I have skipped bronzer, blush. That way you can see the true pigmentation of these highlighters, which they are made in USA. They cost $40 each and they have a shelf life of 12 months. Let's go ahead and get started with the application, the swatches and whatnot. If you like what you're seeing so far, please give this video a thumbs up. I will greatly appreciate it. Looking at these highlighters, My Love and Honey, they're the ones that they do have a little bit more texture in terms of the powder format. So I'm going to start with the shades that they do not have as much shimmer and texture, so you can really see and we don't have deposit. Although I will be removing and applying once again my foundation. Also, I will be using clean brushes for each of the highlighters. Let's go ahead and get started with perhaps the one that most people are excited for, and that is Baby. As you can tell, the packaging is identical to the blush duos, where you have the cream on top covered by this little window, and then at the bottom you have the powder highlighter. As per recommendation of Patrick Ta, this is the formulation, the same formula as the blushes, in terms that you first have to apply the powder and then the cream. I know it sounds kind of scary because for many years we was taught that you first apply the cream and then the powder to set, but this is a different type of formulation. Let's go ahead and swatch it. This is the pink one. These are also translucent. As you can see, you cannot see pretty much anything. It's kind of like the emperor's clothing, where I mean, there's just a little bit of glow and shine and that glassiness to it. Let's go ahead and first start by applying the powder with a BK Beauty 113 brush. And I'm just taking it above the cheek area. Now, I didn't powder my foundation. I only powder my under eye areas. I will be leaving the details of my makeup also in the description box below. But there you have it, just with powder alone. On the other side, I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to apply it, tapping, 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 tapping with my finger. Okay, it doesn't give me any true pink hue to it. My skin just looks wet. Now going with the cream again, I'm gonna go over top the powder, and as you can see, the glow is there, and now I can see a dash of pink, but not too much. I mean, it's barely there. Now I'm gonna try the opposite way on this cheek, just for this pink highlighter, using the same brush. Just want to see how they layer if applying it differently. Oh, I see what's going on. I mean, yeah, it looks a little bit scaly. I mean, it definitely has more capao perhaps than this side, but I feel like this just looks a little bit more textured. So in my opinion, I will highly suggest to go with the technique that Patrick Ta is recommending, because I mean, at the end of the story, this is a formulation that he created for the way that he likes to apply makeup. And there you have it, Baby. One of the shades that had got me super excited is Daddy, because it's kind of like a rose gold kind of shade. Going with a BK Beauty 112 brush. Again, different brushes, all brushes are clean. And I'm going first with the powder. Ooh. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of powder. So just be careful. It seems like the formula is a little bit more softer, at least on this shade Daddy. I didn't find the same thing with the Baby shade. Let's swatch it. Here's Daddy. I guess you can barely see the difference. But let's go ahead and apply the powder first. You know, interesting, I don't feel that it's even a luminizer. It looks more like a very like low sheen kind of highlighter, if anything. I mean, honestly, I don't see much of a highlighter effect with the powder. Do you see anything in there? I don't see anything, honestly. Let's just go with the cream. You know what? I like the shade, but it's lifting my foundation. Oops. Yep. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks very, very kind of a scaly. No. Oh my gosh. And the foundation is pretty much set. So it shouldn't be doing that, right? Anywho, here it is, Daddy. Next shade, Sugar. Oh. No. What? Okay, this, I didn't dig in my finger. I just went with the same pressure as I did with the other ones. And what is this? What happened here? And these, they have not been in the sun. Okay. Okay, there's that. And there's this. I'm a little bit confused. There is Sugar. And I'm using a Sonia G detail brush. First going with the powder. Again, you pick up quite a bit of product. And now this brush is of natural hair bristles, while the one from BK Beauty is synthetic bristles. Honestly, a beautiful shade. Sugar. On this shade, I notice more that highlighter kind of effect, and it's not lifting up my foundation. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared to put this because it's just, look, I lift it up and look what it does. Just very gentle, look. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit on my hand just to spread it. And let's go for it. Now you can apply this with your fingers or you can use a sponge. I think finger application is always nice because it's kind of like your fingerprint on your face, so it's very natural and skin-like, mostly if you're using it for yourself. If you are a makeup artist, I mean, I don't have to tell you this, but you can definitely use the sponge application. Now, definitely this one is way prettier, but I can still see that it doesn't melt in the skin. I'm gonna use this side of the sponge, is dirty because I just use it to apply my foundation. And I'm just gonna try to make it a little bit more even. No, it's having the same issue. It's lifting up the foundation. What I'm doing wrong here? I had been reviewing makeup for 5 years, and at my age, I have used makeup for at least 2 decades, and this is kind of strange. Now, in terms of shade, on my skin tone, I'm liking both Sugar and Daddy, although Daddy didn't give me this very nice wet effect. There you have them, side by side. Now, if you know me, you know that I usually do not set my entire face. If anything, I set my under eye area, but I just want to give a couple more chances to the other 2 shades of these highlighter duos. So I'm gonna go with my Givenchy Prise Libre Loose Setting Powder. And do you know that this baby has been reformulated? The reformulation is already out in Europe and it's gonna come here to United States. So suggestion, if you love this powder and you're here in US, I will highly suggest to go ahead and get it. The new powder doesn't have any talc. It's not like super different to the oldest version, although it's more mattifying, while this one is more of like a natural finish. Okay, hopefully this will help. Next one, My Love, and this is the one that looks the brighter, the one that has that diamond kind of effect. Let's give it a good swatch. Do you see right here how I went on the cream and it didn't have any problems. I think the formulation of Daddy may have had a few issues in the lab, or it might be just a batch. Okay, this is completely clear and this one is kind of whitish. Ew. I don't know how that is gonna work. Now that we have My Love here, let's compare it to How Many Carats. I mean, an iconic one. This is great if you want to use it not only as highlighter, if you buff it really well, but mostly as a sparkle, like little sheen on your eyelids. I'm like, wink, wink. Here you go. But anywho's, let's go ahead and swatch it here. This also has translucency, so as you can see, you don't have this base, but it may be a mix of these two at the end with the shade My Love. Let's go first with the powder. I'm using a Refer number 20 brush. Again, it picked up plenty of product. You can see right there. It's not crumbling, there's no kickback, but brushes, they can get the product super easy. So let's go for it. Oh, there you have it. Okay, now that's a lot better. So key right here, set your foundation. You're using these highlighters, because if you don't set it, it may lift up. But here you go, that's intense. Since we have been doing finger application before, let's go for beauty sponge application. And look, I can go like this and you see it doesn't crumble. That's great. Okay, this is giving me more of a wet kind of effect. But for my skin tone, I do have a light to medium skin tone. I will leave my foundation matches also in the description box below. The description box will be also pinned as a comment. So it's gonna be a pinned comment. This is more tint-like effect. So I will suggest to blend, 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 blend. So it blends really well. And then the last shade is Honey. Swatch, swatch. This is stunning. You have this shade. Just gonna put it up here. Again, all that creamy balms, they are super sheer. There you have all the shades. Sonia G Mini Cheek. This looks a lot softer on my skin. It looks more like a luminizer. I'm gonna use the cream for my finger. Just trying to try different methods. And again, very subdued. Interesting enough, in Honey, the deepest shade, I thought it would give me a cast, but it didn't. And in fact, if anything, this is the one that has behaved the best on my skin. This is just super, super natural. And this is the thing with these highlighters from Patrick Ta, and what he mentioned it is that he created it in a way that, yes, they do have different undertones, but at the end, they are pretty sheer. So you're not gonna get this amount of pigmentation like if it was a highlighter blush. Nothing like, say for example, the Rare Beauty blushes, the latest ones that they came, and they are pretty much a highlighter with pigment. I mean, like, they are very potent. They are not like that. These are very like soft and sheer. In terms, if I like them, I'm gonna be very honest with you, I need to try them more, because you have seen me, I have tried with unset foundation, with set foundation, in both different ways, and I still find that it just brings texture, that is lifting up the foundation, except for this last shade, Honey. So definitely a product that I have to really give it more chances, try it perhaps with different type of foundations. I do have the Patrick Ta foundation. I should have had use it for this demo, but I think at the end it's more helpful to all of you, my friends, if you see the product acting up with other type of products, not necessarily from the entire line from, say, Patrick Ta. But anyhow, friends, I would love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these new Patrick Ta highlighter duos? Which one you like the most? Are you excited for them? Have you had the same issue that I have with the shade, what was it, Daddy? I'm wondering, because this is very, very controversial. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, well, I invite you to subscribe to my channel because it's completely free. Make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. If you're on Instagram and TikTok, please come and follow me there. And if you're not done watching my content, I do have 2 amazing reviews of the latest Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Foundation and the Charlotte Tilbury Island Glow Cream Blushes. See you then! Bye!
Swatches.